are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports One. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
We are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port. It's Barnes. It's Michael.
Heyo.
It's Renee. It's Tony with the flat tire.
Yeah.
And it's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. Your boy Taco Tuesday. Is he coming back soon?
He played last game.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, so he's back.
Yeah. I mean, triple-double, 30 points. No big deal.
That's great.
But dude, how was the gym this morning? What'd you do?
I actually did shoulders. I heard you and Renee talking about working out, and I was going to say I did shoulders, and I like shoulders because it's so quick.
It is quick.
It's like, and then I could just focus on like stretching, and then sauna can be extended.
And do you do the lat and the delt stuff at the same time, or do you kind of like?
I'll start off with the bar press, and I'm not like, I'm 25 pounds and 35 at the end to like finish it out. So I'm not like going crazy heavy, you know what I mean? It's just nice and easy. And then I'll go to it depends on the day how sore. Like if from last week I'm still sore this week, I'll go 30, but today it was 35 dumbbells and do the Arnold press. I like those. The Arnold press.
Oh,
like this,
yeah,
and
dude.
you turn here.
Dude, those are good.
And then in between like that with that, I'll go do shrugs and then rest for like a minute. And relax.
Shrugs really hit.
Yeah, relax for like a minute, sit there. There's UFC fight on the TV, so I was watching that. It was obviously a rerun, but it was a good like heavyweight fight. Mm-hmm. So I was just watching that in between, and then I hit. I love the reverse cable flies. Have you ever used those? Like,
yes, dude. It's been a while though.
It is just because you could do 7.5 pounds.
Yeah,
that's what it's like at the There's no 5 for this one. 7.5 pounds. You think it is light. But right. Dude, you rep that out to end the workout, and it's just like,
oh yeah.
I mean, what more do you need?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I just all that other like mumbo jumbo stuff, the dancing and stuff. It's just like, are my shoulders targeted? Are they sore now?
Yeah,
I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go stretch.
No, you're right.
I'm gonna hit the sauna.
And do you do the machine with like? I guess it's the rear delts.
But that's why I do the reverse cable flies instead because I just feel like. I don't know. I'm standing. Mm-hmm. I get to adjust where I want the things.
Right.
And then it's just like better I feel like it's more free range of motion. And like, I don't know, the machine sometimes I feel like you're locked into that position.
Right.
And your body might be different than that.
Yeah, exactly. You got to adjust the stuff.
So,
yeah, I've always liked cables the best for anything. Like we're talking about, especially for chest, because I did this yesterday. The ones that you bring up from the bottom, that I feel like really you feel the most.
Oh my! That whole process on the cables from this to this to this, is just it's over. Yeah, it's over.
Really is. It's nice. Finally, still got a ways to go, but like it didn't work out last week, but did chest today. Not as sore as I was.
And you had a week off.
Time. Exactly.
So that's like positive, dude. That should make you be like, all right, good. Like I didn't. Have that much of a setback, from this vacay.
Right. You know? Exactly. Yeah. Because the worst is like to think, for 3 days in a row, I'm barely going to be able to like, move.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't feel like that.
That's awesome.
So that was nice. But yeah, we had some interesting games last night. So let's go to the world of the National Basketball Association.
The Bulls LeBron James at the buzzer.
All right. So we had 5 games last night in the NBA, and we'll start with the best matchup of the night. We saw the Phoenix Suns defeat the Chicago Bulls 127-124, and especially for Chicago because they're down.
They're missing people too.
Yeah, missing people. Down 7 after the first quarter, down over 20 points. Midway through the third quarter. down 19 heading into the fourth. The reserves get everything going, and then they end up losing the game by 3. And, another great performance by DeRozan, 38 points, 32 for Levine. But they just could not stop Devin Booker, 38 points, 5 of 10 from three-point range. And Tony's new guy, Chris Paul, 19 points, 11 assists, setting the tone. And it just, this Phoenix Suns team, sure, you want to say it's disappointing blowing a big lead like this, but all they do is win 43-10. And there's just no style points for victories. And it's just another tough loss for Chicago. And like you said, I know they've had injuries, but I did not see this type of slide coming at all.
I know, but it's tough. They're missing Levine and Caruso, who are catalysts on both ends. Like Caruso is a catalyst on the defensive end. He was leading the league in steals before he got hurt and guarding 28. It was 30% of the time he was, in this lineup and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He was guarding the best player on the other team of the Bulls minutes.
And what's interesting? Nobody talks about how the Lakers are missing him. And I think that kind of has gone understated this year.
You're right. You're absolutely right. They thought they could easily replace him, but he's just such a great teammate. Because I feel like he could average like 20 a game, let's say.
Yeah.
He seems like he has the skill and the athleticism, but he's just like, dude, I'm a team guy. What does my team need?
Right. Yeah, it really does. And it seems like he can make an all-defensive team, honestly.
Oh, my God. Easily. Yeah. Easily, dude.
And it's just interesting with Phoenix. Like I said, 43-10, 21-5 away from Arizona, which is a very good record. You look at the starting lineup, Crowder, Bridges, Ayton, Paul, and Booker, and then you got Jackson, Johnson, and McGee off the bench, and even former Knick great Elfrid Payton playing 18 minutes last night. But I just feel like they're very deep, and I wouldn't be surprised, they added maybe another shooter or something, but seems like they're poised to get back into position and have a shot to go back to the finals this year.
Yeah, I agree.
So, it would be nice.
The Suns,
to see.
I just think, I don't know. They're on a mission. They want to win one for Chris Paul, too.
Yeah.
Those are the younger guys, at least.
What do you think about Ayton?
I think he's young. He's in his third year.
Yeah.
And we think because we see a we see even RJ this season has like we've said, he's gradually gotten to that where we could think that, hey, if the system was right in New York, if Coach Thibs was honestly not there and he was running the offense, you could see that he's perfectly capable of doing so, right?
Mm-hmm.
But with big men, you know what it's like, dude. They need time.
Yeah.
He's still he probably grew, bro, 10 inches one summer, like his senior year in high school. And he played 2 years in college or whatever? 1
year, yeah.
So they still are getting in comfortable in their skin almost, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. So once that happens, it's just over.
Especially if he gets a 3-point shot.
It's over.
Yeah.
It's really over because he he's got the touch inside, he's got the post game. So if he adds that, it's
and it'd be really nice to see him and Booker. I mean,
Booker, amazing.
I've always really liked Booker.
Me too.
I just feel like he always brings it. And it seems like he's getting better, more proficient from 3-point range because sometimes he's been inconsistent there. So you really got to give it to him. So nice win for the Suns here, and the Bulls. They're going to be back in action tonight. So they've had a tough schedule here recently, but just trying to stay afloat until they get their full lineup back. And talking about trying to stay afloat, the Knicks, another disappointing loss here, 113-104 to the Jazz. And this is a game where they were up 10 in the first quarter, 10 in the fourth quarter, and they just could not close this one out, kind of gassed late. And of course, going into this game, you wouldn't expect them to necessarily win, but the fact that they were right there, I mean, that has to be really, really disappointing for Knicks fans out there.
You're talking to me. It's funny. I actually enjoy the losses because it's it's more of an emphasis to blow it up with the old heads they have,
right,
including Thibs.
Yeah,
and two, it's what I hate seeing more than the Knicks lose to Utah. I hate seeing Mitchell on Utah against the Knicks.
Yeah,
because he should just be a Knick.
Because I forgot.
Yes.
Who was it?
Ready for this?
Yeah.
Do you remember? And I know you do because he's still here in the league. He's in Dallas. Frank. Ntilikina, bro.
That is
hurts.
Tough. Yeah. And I remember Mitchell was good at Louisville, so I don't know what.
Greenwich boy.
Yeah.
Backyard Barnes.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding?
Mm-hmm. And wasn't that Phil's last pick, and then they fired him 2 weeks later? That whole thing didn't make any sense. Like,
dude, it was a circus.
They knew they were going to fire him, and they just wanted him to run the draft? Like, I don't understand.
Like, he was going to pick good picks for you.
Right. It's like he's picking a guy. He picked Ntilikina
for his system.
For his triangle offense.
Yeah.
Who has an offense as a front office guy? Either.
I know.
That part didn't make any sense.
I know.
So that's...
It's just tough for Knicks fans because it's been 30 years.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to be realistic, I don't care about 2010 with Melo and the 50-win season, and they made it to the second round, dude.
Well, they beat the Celtics when they were 5 years past their prime. That was sick.
Oh, yeah, so cool. It's just like we haven't had anything for 30 years, but you know what still sells out? The Garden.
Yeah.
Every single year, and that's why I don't like Julius Randle anymore. He got a couple boos. He unfollows the whole organization. Like, what do you expect? These Knicks fans are blue-collar people coming to these games, spending a third of their month's paycheck probably to go see you play with the food and everything. And you're lazy and you're botching it. And now you're going to be mad at us because we're just trying to do a little reverse psychology, maybe fucking, get you a little aggressive out there. No, he's just, that's why it's like, get out of here, trade him, get Westbrook, let him have fun with this team for a year and a half to prove he's still got it, and he will do well with him. Our cap space will be through the roof.
Yeah.
Zion's not playing there, which I was also going to talk to you about. How funny is it? What is it with certain players that they get a free pass? Because I like Zion, first of all.
Right. Oh, you mean for not playing? Yeah.
No one's talking about this.
Yeah. I haven't even seen anything about him just in general.
But that's the thing. It's like he's clearly his camp has kept their mouths shut.
Yeah.
Which is smart, but still.
But I mean, what is the solution to this? Because we see it happen too much with guys like obviously John Wall. Another example. I mean, can they put a rule in place to make sure that this doesn't happen?
You're saying with the long contracts and the star player and they don't want to be there?
Just the fact that you cannot play a guy literally it's not even be on the bench and he's under contract.
Well, bro, there's two. This is the same things happening in Philly.
Yeah, with Simmons.
But
right?
One's just being outspoken about it. So why isn't I'm a Zion fan?
Yeah.
Why isn't Zion getting fined over $300 million right now?
It's probably because they want to trade him and they don't want him to get hurt more. So they're
they know he doesn't want to be there, basically,
right.
You're saying. And they're like, okay, so just don't play. We'll find the right trade.
Right.
All right.
I mean, I think that makes the most sense. Yeah. And I'm just interested to see, a while ago we were talking maybe Eric Gordon and Wall, to the Lakers, that would obviously be really nice. And it's just, I haven't heard any rumors about it. I haven't really, I'm not are you hearing any trade rumors with anybody? I just feel like I'm not hearing anything. Usually Roto World's all over it, but there's just nothing on there.
Okay, so this is Hoops Rumors, which I feel like is a good website, and it's 30 minutes ago this was posted. So pretty recent.
Young.
Thaddeus Young, our Suns and Timberwolves both have interest. That's one. Terry and Prince, don't care about you. Dario Saric.
I didn't even know Saric was still playing.
He's I think he's in discussions with San Antonio. Okay, so San Antonio.
What's this next article about Turner, Sabonis, Ayton, Rubio?
McCollum. After trading Karis LeVert to Cleveland, the Pacers continue to talk to teams about centers Miles Turner and Domantas Sabonis, but are still seeking a substantial return, writer Jake Fisher of the Bleacher Report. Indiana wants at least 2 first-round picks for Turner and an even more significant package for Sabonis, according to Fisher. The Trailblazers, Mavs, Raptors, Knicks, Hornets, and Kings are among those teams interested. So that's pretty cool. Sabonis is, get him and Turner are way too good for that Pacers
team. But
do
you think they're better off apart as well?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to stay together. Do you?
But I mean, do you just think that it takes away from what they do because there's another guy clogging up the paint? I know they can pop outside as well. But
I know what you're saying. It's like they're both elite. Let them be elite alone.
And they're talking about it. Oh yeah, because Ayton a free agent, right?
Suns may be one of the team's interests in Sabonis. While Phoenix isn't expected to shake up their roster this week, some official sources believe an offseason deal involves Sabonis and DeAndre Ayton in a sign and trade possibility.
Wow. Do you like that deal for them in the offseason to bring in Sabonis, or you think just keep the core?
Ayton's he's a big body, dude. He's 7 feet.
And he's a lot. I mean, I think he's probably he got to be at least 3 years younger, I would imagine.
Easily, dude. Yeah. I feel like he's 22, bro.
Yeah, and Sabonis is probably
26. Yeah. And just I don't know. I just he's more athletic, he's bigger, and I'm not saying it's he's super athletic, but at least he's somewhat athletic.
Yeah.
And that I mean, there's not many Kevin Loves out there, let me put it that way, who could extend their career as a undersized 4,
right,
that has no athletic ability.
Yeah, but could just shoot
and box out like a champ, dude. Yeah. Jeez Louise. So Wizards, Kuzma, Beal, Gafford trade deadline. Kuzma questioned the team's mental fortitude.
What do you know? There's a problem with Kuzma.
Quote, and I quote, "It's really tough when you get punched in the face and you don't stand up," Kuzma said. I think that kind of just sums up what's kind of been going on. As soon as we hit a little bit of adversity, it's quite a challenge to get out of that. In order to be a winning team, you have to be a lot mentally stronger than that. It's something that we've lacked. Beal, he met with Wizards management. Damn. Why? But dude, so it says wait till summer. Why wait?
Yeah.
Would you wait?
No, because I also feel like it's you trading them earlier, so you should be able to get more of a return. Let's say you get someone a year and a half, a year.
Dude, Joel Embiid for MVP. I'm so sorry. He's fine with Simmons starting and playing.
Do you believe him?
Yeah.
Just because he's I just want to win. I don't
care.
But do you think personally he doesn't like him or not?
Yeah. Dude, yeah.
You think he gets traded or no? This year?
Gut reaction?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you think?
I think Sacramento.
Yeah.
I think they're. Remember, I don't know. I feel like the NBA is just so good at being there's all these rumors, and then all of a sudden everything opposite happens, except for one of those things
right.
That's a Rubio to whatever.
Right. Well, and I think they're distracting everyone with Harden, but I don't think they're trading Harden.
I don't know what's going on in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
That is I just don't know.
Yeah. Just I think it's the Kyrie curse, honestly.
Sage.
Think about the last couple situations he's been in. Cavs fell apart. Celtics haven't, just went downhill, and now the Nets.
Literally.
But I mean, it's also the product of guys getting older.
Or I was gonna be funny and be it's the LeBron curse of him literally saying he doesn't want to play with LeBron.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was
I never understood that, dude.
Well, but I think that's when we knew he was
something's out there.
Yeah, because it's come on.
I know.
He was setting him up. It's
I know.
It's not like he was being held back.
No. He was dude, listen, I'm still better. But you're right here.
Yeah.
And I'm about to taper off soon, and this is your team. I'll be Robin soon. He was cool with that.
Yeah.
He wanted to just win.
But it's you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Jerry Jones, just needing to be the centerpiece of a championship. And I feel like that's what Kyrie thought. I need to be the unquestioned leader, the reason why we win. I can't have LeBron getting all the credit.
And then, he wants to play with Durant, and that's just if they win, that's what would happen.
Dude, you know what's interesting though with Durant? Is this going to be a problem the rest of his career with the injuries?
I don't know.
It's been a couple years in a row.
I just don't know if he's really injured right now.
Really?
I think they're going to see I think he's waiting for the trade deadline. I think they're having a bunch of meetings.
But I mean, they're not going to trade him.
No.
But just him. Just to get the new
just
guys.
like, let's just figure. I think he's like, all right, I'm not going to fucking go out there and potentially hurt myself.
Yeah.
Actually. Trade deadline's coming Thursday. All-Star weekend's coming up. I'm coming back second half, like,
right.
With what team we have. I know this team, whether it's the Kyrie, whether it's Harden, whether it's all the fucking pieces that are on the bench that are being talked about trading. And like, it's just, dude, I wouldn't want to play.
Yeah. But I also feel like I just can't see, let's say they did trade Harden. I just don't see who are they going to get back.
I could see Ben Simmons being perfect with them.
Really though?
It's like Ben Simmons will just play the 4, bro. He doesn't have to worry about any of that stuff. And with the second unit, let's say with Kyrie and Durant aren't in the game, for example, he'll be the point guard. He could run that whole like type of thing he likes to do, and then just run pick and rolls with Durant and Kyrie for now. Like he'll do well in that. But I understand it's like, dude, you were first overall pick. I can't believe we're even talking about this scenario, basically,
But what about also the Nets? Like, it's like we don't want to just hand them Harden when Simmons isn't even playing, and we might have to play them in the playoffs.
Simmons would play with the Nets, that,
right? But I mean, the fact.
But that's the thing. It's like these owners are buddies, bro.
Yeah.
It's like I got you, you got me in 5 years. When you know what I mean, like some dude that we need, blah 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 blah. They're all friends.
Yeah.
They all are friends. They all hang out at their billionaire clubs. Drink their billionaire booze.
But I think Sixers NBA Finals if they get Harden, but
easily.
I just think they might wait till after the season.
I know.
But,
especially when you have Embiid, your star player, bro, being chill about the whole situation. Like clearly there's no rush from him.
Yeah.
But they know, like, hey, we got to figure this out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it should be interesting, like we said, trade deadline Thursday. There might be some guys on the move. Obviously, Randall having 30 last night maybe helps his value a little bit. And, we talked about Mitchell Robinson, a huge game last night, 19 points, 21 boards, 2 steals, 3 blocks, just all over the court and really taking advantage of Azubuike being at center instead of Rudy Gobert. So he's really looked good this year. And like you said, if they can get a star like Zion, obviously you include him. But if it's not that good of a return, there's no reason to trade Mitchell Robinson as he's a piece you could build around in the future. So on to tonight. We do have a bunch of games.
Want to do a frenzy?
Yeah. So a lot bigger schedule. I think we had 5 last night.
Yep. It's always good when there's especially if you're a gambling man out there.
A lot of options.
A lot of options here. All right. So, wow.
I think there's 10.
Wow. Starting off hot, Barnes.
Yeah.
7:00. No pun intended. The Phoenix Suns versus the Sixers, bro.
This is going to be an all-time classic.
I'll go first. I'll give you a sec because I just have a feeling you were talking about Ayton so much.
Yep.
And Joel Embiid loves giving it to young players, like as a welcome to the league kind of moment, just as he was given and all the greats before. And I just think it's going to be, he almost broke the record. They took him out. He's going to break his record, scoring point record, give it 60. Game winner, his new classic, the fade. Add him to the fade collection of all the greats. Just whoever had the fade shot, all of them. He's now a part of it. Game winner over Ayton. Spanks him on the tush, says, "Good game, Rook. I'll see you in a couple years." You like that?
Yeah, that's the type of stuff. Oh man. But no, I agree though. I do like the Sixers. It's just like, Suns gotta lose at some point.
Yeah.
I think this
tough
is
back-to-back
spot out on the road, to win 2 road games like this. So I'm gonna say Sixers 110, Suns 109. And we're gonna actually go Harris for 3 at the buzzer.
Great jump shot. We're gonna go next game. Which is, surprisingly, Atlanta is just a part of the toilet bowl selection here. Is Indiana versus Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Hawks. Not that they look great, but the Pacers are just a complete mess.
Yes.
So Hawks 125, Pacers 120. Trey 35 points, 10 assists.
And it's crazy to say this next one. I'll go. I'm going the same with you, Atlanta.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
This next one's crazy though to say this, dude. Boston Celtics, who have a better record than the Brooklyn Nets this season, are facing off against each other.
6-point favorites on the road because
The Celtics?
Yeah, well, because Kyrie's out,
yep.
Harden's out, Durant's out.
Oh, it's over.
So Celtics 130, Nets 89.
Yeah. Blake Griffin injured.
Kyrie says something after the game. Who knows what?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Next game we got. Oh my God, this is actually a good, pretty decent game. It's going to be a tough game, I'll say, but it's Memphis and Ja, who's just amazing this season, versus the Clippers. Hard hitting the Clippers
and picking up Norman Powell.
Yes,
which is big while George is out. However, Grizzlies a lot better. 125, 115. Ja 35 and 16.
I just saw a thing on NBA.com that says Knicks reported in McCollum.
I forgot to mention that. Yeah, I forgot who was talking. I think on the Fin they were talking about that yesterday, but it's like they're saying, and I think you would be tight too, because it's like 3 years. I know you always liked him, but 3 years, 100 million, he's 30 years old. It just doesn't make sense for the Knicks with contracts coming up.
Yet again.
Yeah.
Like if they do this, it's like
it's a short-term thing. Like for this year and next year, sure.
Fine.
But then
that's it. I'm not trying to get stuck with 100 mil.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go Memphis. Ja's too much. He's on a rampage right now. The next game is another toilet bowl of a game. And I mean, I'm just going Houston already, but Houston Rockets versus the Pelicans.
Yeah, I'm going Houston as well. Christian Wood, 20 and 20.
Yeah.
They got to win sometime. And the Pelicans, while they're better, they're not that good, so they can lose anytime.
Yeah. Next game, who I don't know if you've seen him recently, but Doncic has been hooping.
Yep.
It's really turned it up.
Show with the threes, though. There's no reason for him to take threes. Just drive. You're so good at driving.
But it would make his threes so much more like effective.
Yeah. Like he needs to do what LeBron did way back and like have that season where he maybe 3 attempts a game, 2 attempts, and get that percentage up, and then work your way up.
And people sag off you.
Right, exactly. His volume is too high.
Yeah. But they're playing the Detroit Pistons at 17 and 41.
Yeah. Cade, career high, 38.
Wow.
But the Mavericks, 99, 98. Luka at the buzzer.
Saying, it's smacking him on his tush saying, I'll see you in a couple seasons, Rook. Yeah. Nice. All right, cool. We've got my Knickerbockers going up against Jokic, and I don't know if you've ever seen Jokic play against the Knicks.
It's unbelievable.
It's just not fair. He just toys with them.
140 to 110.
Yep.
Thibs possibly fired after the game.
I love
Jokic,
it.
50 points.
I love it. And the next game, this is going to be a sick game, dude, because it's like, you know how LeBron gets for these types of matchups.
Right.
We've got, and this is kind of a controversial game for your heart, I feel like. We've got Giannis and the Bucks, Tony. You hear this one? Versus LeBron and the Lakers tonight.
Yeah. I mean, I just think it's just the fact that the Lakers are pumped up for this game. It's a real tough spot.
He doesn't know who to pick.
Obviously, the Bucks are the better team this season, but it's all about one game, not this season. So I think the Lakers want to make a statement here at home in front of the home crowd. Second leg of a doubleheader on TNT. They don't want to hear Barkley talking smack at halftime. Everyone's sick of hearing him talk. So I'm going to say this is an all-time classic. Lakers 126, Bucks 125. LeBron game-winning fadeaway to go along with 37 points, 16 rebounds, and 10 assists. Russ 2 for 10 from the floor. Doesn't even matter.
I love it. Yeah, I honestly would go Lakers too, especially home. LeBron.
Look ahead for the Bucks.
Yeah. Yep. All-Star weekend's coming up. LeBron wants to go in on a little bit of a run. You know what I mean? You know how he is. He's a second half dude anyway.
Oh, yeah.
All of his teams.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Same with, but honestly, that's another thing that's tough is like, same with Russell Westbrook. If you the last 6 seasons,
look at what he did with the Wizards second half last
it's
year.
ridiculous. Like, just I don't know what happens to them. I feel like they're just like bored.
Yeah.
After so many years in the league,
I think that is.
Next game, we got another freaking clunker, dude. I feel like, but it's like there are a lot of trading pieces in these games. I feel like that we're talking about the toilet bowls. Orlando Magic versus the Portland Trailblazers.
I'm going Magic. Cole Anthony, Mo Bamba.
Yep. I love the young talent there.
A lot of trade rumors with the Blazers. They just traded Powell. So give me, and I'm going to say Bamba 20-20 as the Magic defeat the Blazers. 101-89. Cole Anthony 16-10.
I will follow that. Minnesota, who I feel like is growing on us here in downtime.
Yeah.
This team.
Yeah.
Versus Sacramento.
A lot of offense here. And it's a shame. It seemed like the Kings kind of had it figured out, and then they just off a cliff again.
Yeah, but at least it's better, though.
It is better.
It's not like it's not as raw. Yeah, exactly.
That's
like,
big.
It is. And I just feel like they play like Fox has been out for so long now.
Yeah.
But this team is playing hard at least.
Because
they're just
not
not talented.
Mitchell and Halliburton.
Yeah. It's just not enough right now.
So I'm gonna say Timberwolves 135, Kings 120, and you're gonna see Towns with 35 and 16.
I love it. Perfect. I'm with it.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah. I mean, so that's a full NBA slate. Looking forward to watching those games. You know, we got the doubleheader on TNT, Nets, Celtics, followed by Bucks and Lakers. So enjoy the basketball games tonight. But for now, let's go to the world of the National Hockey League.
In they come. Heaven, what a save by Vasilevsky. Are you kidding me? McAvoy, Frederick, did you get the license plate number on that truck? McDavid, beautiful move. You just knew that Connor McDavid was going to make a statement. What a goal.
All right, so light night back from the All-Star break last night. You know, we talked about the NHL just making up the games that were postponed earlier this season because this was supposed to be the Olympic break. We did see a very exciting game and kind of, you know, what me and Tony expected here between the Maple Leafs and the Hurricanes. We get a 4-3 Leafs win in overtime. And you look at, you know, some of the big players in this game. Austin Matthews, 2 goals to give him 31 on the season, but he did leave with an injury in the third period. Coach is saying he hopes that it's not too serious. As of this morning, there isn't any updates. You know, he was down on the ground for a little bit, but I'm just taking a guess at it. I mean, I know you could be surprised with the severity of some of these hockey injuries. So I'm still thinking, though, maybe, you know, misses a couple games at most, but it just didn't seem like, oh, he's out for 2 months. Like, I don't think that's going to be the case. And so after that, you know, they did get the game-winning goal about midway through overtime by Mitchell Marner to give them that 4-3 win. And this was a back-and-forth game. You know, they were down 1-0, then up 2-1, then down 3-2. So the fact that they kept fighting back, I mean, that's what good teams do. And I think the Maple Leafs have been waiting for a season like this for a little bit. And the fact, too, that Campbell got the night off. They went with Mrazek, 28-31 in net. You know, that's pretty good. And then on the Hurricane side of things, you know, Anderson's been their stalwart all season. But he did let up, you know, 4 goals, obviously, including the game winner, 24-48. And, you know, they did get a goal from D'Angelo as well as his 27th assist. But, you know, these are just 2 heavyweights in the National Hockey League. And I wouldn't be surprised if down the road they end up playing each other. But, of course, you know, for the Maple Leaf success, that hinges on Matthews being healthy and Tavares, you know, playing to his potential, as well as Campbell, you know, following up that All-Star game nod. In the way he played in the first half, I think that's going to be big. But anytime you can put your backup goalie out there and defeat a team like the Carolina Hurricanes, I think that just speaks volumes to, you know, how well your team is and how well they're playing. So hats off to them. That was a nice win. The only other game from last night wasn't as exciting as we saw the Senators 4-1 over the Devils. And we mentioned Hughes on the COVID list. So obviously, you know, that really puts them in a bind, even though you're playing a team like Ottawa, who, you know, hasn't done that well this season, but it's still just, you're down your best player. It leaves you scrambling. And that's what happens. You know, you score 1 goal in the first period and then let up 4 unanswered. And, for the Senators, they got a great performance by Murray in net, 32 of 33 on the saves, as well as a goal from Hirschire. And it's just funny. You could just tell a team that struggled, has had injuries, guys in another lineup. You look at all the guys that scored for Ottawa last night. No one even has double-digit goals. So it just speaks to the lack of offense, they've had all season. But at the end of the day, they'll take a win 4-1. I mean, you're never going to complain about that. So nice to see, them get a win, after struggling for so much this season. So tonight we'll have some more options to watch. And we're still working on, all ESPN Plus games. So no national broadcasts. I believe Wednesday we'll have some, and no Rangers still for another week. Me and Tony are a little tight about that one. But hey, you work with what you have. There is a lot of games tonight. So I'll just kind of run them off.
I could run them off for you. I got it up.
Go ahead.
All right. So we got the Hurricanes versus the Senators at 7.
All right. So both teams obviously on a back-to-back here. It makes sense. Senators had a lot of games canceled earlier this year, but Carolina, I mean, it doesn't matter if they have the emergency goalie get the start. I think they're all over the Senators. I mean, heavy favorites here at -250. And I think Aho, after, not doing anything last night, is going to have 2 goals and an assist. And we're going to see Hurricanes 5-1 over the Senators as the total pushes at 6.
Wow. All right. We got Boston taking on Sid the Kid.
I wish Solo Locks was here right now, because he'd look at this game and he would say trap game written all over it, because you'd say, oh, the Penguins, Malkin just got put on the COVID list, so big loss for them. Boston at home, momentum, this, that, the other thing. But I just think, despite similar records this year, I just think I've seen Pittsburgh look like the better team. And it's like, even without Malkin, you have Good Snell, you obviously have Crosby. And I just think that's enough to get it done against this veteran group of Boston here. I do think this could be, close to the Maple Leaf Hurricane game we saw last night. Very back and forth. So I'm going to actually go same score here. Penguins 4, Bruins 3. I say they get it done in regulation. And we're going to see 2 goals from Crosby as the Penguins win 4-3.
Love it. All right. We've got my Devils playing against the Canadiens.
The Canadiens, dude. It's funny, Devils down huge. I just talked about it, but the Canadiens is a get right spot. And while the Devils are the visiting team, there is no fans tonight in the Bell Center in Montreal. So I think that plays to the Devils' advantage here. So give me Brat with 2 goals and an assist as the Devils squeak out against the Canadiens 2-1.
Love it. Love it. We got the Blue Jackets taking on the Capitals.
Capitals have been breaking hearts recently after a hot start. Have had some head-scratching losses, and I think this might be another one. I'm going to say Blue Jackets 3, Capitals 2, final in overtime. And I just think it's just one of those things where the Capitals need to figure some stuff out. I don't know if they need to make some moves, before the deadline here. But give me Jenner with 3 goals, also known as the hat trick. And just to kind of top it off in net, and it's Merzlikins, okay, who's coming into this game, 3.39 goals against, 905 save percentage. I'm going to say he has 45 saves, looking like Patrick Waugh.
Wow. All right. Well, we got Minnesota, versus the Winnipeg Jets.
I mean, Minnesota versus the Jets. Jets, honestly, I know, they're hovering around 500, but I think, honestly, they're terrible. I think the Canadiens could beat them. So I think this is a game for Minnesota where they're really going to be, firing on all cylinders, much better team. And I think, you look at where the line's set I think it's -150. I just feel like far and away a better team. So I'm going to say Minnesota 5, and they're going to give up only 1 goal in a decisive win. And
I just think the Jets, I mean, you might want to look into trading some guys.
I love it. Next game we have the Vegas Knights versus your Oilers.
This is such a tough spot here. We talked about yesterday the impact that Evander Kane has had in the few games that he's played with the Oilers and how much they were struggling. I think it was like 2-12-1 over 14 games, and it just seems, or 15 games, and it just seems like now they've, I think, 5 of 6 they've won. It seems like they're riding the ship. However, I just feel like Vegas at the end of the day has shown they're a better team here. Not that he's great, but I still have more confidence in Lerner than I do Koskinen. You look at him, 19-12 on the year, 2.77 goals against with a 9.10, while Koskinen 16-8, but a 3.15 and save percentage hanging in there at 9. And I think this will be actually a high scoring game, but I just think Vegas pulls away at the end. Actually, let's call it 5-4. Chandler Stevenson with a goal and 2 assists. And we'll get 2 apiece from Draisaitl and Kane, but it's just not enough for Edmonton as they lose a disappointing game here at home.
Love it. And the last game, Arizona versus Vancouver.
I think this has been voted on game of the night. Guys going for the number 1 pick here. But I think this is a spot where the Canucks would feel like, we've contended in a lot of our games this year. We are at home. We're going to defend our home ice. I mean, minus 250 for a team that's 20-6 on the season. Despite the Coyotes being 11-30-4, I do feel like there is talent on that team. And I think Kessel, this is a game he gets up for, as well as their goalie, Vejmelka. So give me the Coyotes here. 2-1, Vejmelka, 52 saves, and we'll have Clayton Keller, the game winner, with 30 seconds left.
Wow.
So that is going to be an exciting night of hockey. Can't wait to watch it, but I can't wait for, isn't it insane, Michael? I know different scenario with the players not, going to the Olympics, but I've never seen, whether it's baseball, whether it's basketball, a team, unless it was a COVID, situation, be off for over a week after the All-Star break. That doesn't make any sense.
They're trying to sabotage the season.
I really think they are.
They just don't want the Rangers to win.
Yeah, because right now
they're too hot.
They are very hot, but you know what? I don't think it'll
matter.
Let
them do what they can. Yeah, exactly.
Because all they need is Chris Kreider leading the way. It's just Sturkin and all the guys that make the Rangers go. I mean, they're just so deep. And I don't think, me and Tony talked about it a while. I don't think they need to add anybody. I think they can stand pat and have a very good shot to return to the Stanley Cup final, for the first time in 7 years, which would be big. So we'll obviously see what happens. And just a couple things here, before we wrap up. After the show yesterday, the Saints did officially name defensive coordinator Dennis Allen as head coach. So looking for some continuity there. He was the defensive coordinator under Sean Payton the last 6 seasons, and it's widely expected that he's going to keep a lot of the position coaches on his staff. So I think that's why they kind of want to stick with him, and they feel like it's a safe hire, but obviously a big question mark, Alvin Kamara. I did see after the show yesterday too that video evidence, supports, the charges against him, and that if convicted could face 1 to 5. So, I mean, it's one of those things, of course, we always assume, the big athlete, they get a charge like that against them. Oh, they'll have the lawyer, they'll get out of it. But I mean, you really don't know. And I think even if he does get out of it, I think he's going to be suspended by the NFL. I would imagine for possibly up to 4 games. They don't like taking those things lightly. So just something to keep in mind. And then thought of you right away, Michael, on this one. Tom Brady on his Let's Go show on SiriusXM, him, Jim Gray, Larry Fitzgerald says, never say never in regards to playing again. So what are we talking about here?
I knew it.
Is it the case too? Because
you hear that, Tony?
Yeah, I did.
What did he say?
What Barnes said, what
Yeah.
Tom Brady said.
Well, Barnes said what Tony said. I mean, Tom Brady.
Barnes said what Tony said.
Yeah.
Tony said that Barnes said that Tom Brady said never say never in relation to playing again.
We called it.
What did we say?
But does he have the Brett Favre-itis where he doesn't want to go through training camp in the offseason program?
No, he's not like that. I don't.
Oh, dude, bias.
He just wants a better team. He feels like he's earned it, Barnes. Like he feels like he is bigger than the game. He shouldn't have to oblige by these rules anymore. Well, he could just up and leave when he wants and sign wherever.
But does also he want to have it like guaranteed that he didn't fall off before retiring, that he actually reached the pinnacle and that nobody will be able to match that?
People already know that.
Yeah, but he could have this year, and then it changes the narrative. Oh, if Father Time finally caught up, and I think he loves proving people wrong because everybody said historically quarterbacks up to 39 fall off a cliff. Look what happened to Peyton Manning. 9 touchdowns, 18 interceptions his final year in Denver. What?
He did not fall off a cliff, though.
He's saying if he played one more.
Yeah, he could. It's possible. He's leaving the chance out there. You don't think that would be a possibility? 45 years old, one bad hit. You're telling me that can't happen?
I think it's possible, but I mean, you can say that with any year.
Well, yeah, but as you get older, the likelihood of something like that happen increases. So I think a guy who's very egotistical, would do something like that. That's just the way I see it. I guess you never know with Tony, right?
We'll see.
And then we did talk about it yesterday too. Lovie Smith officially named coach of the Texans. Definitely some pushback there, but at the same time, you can see it just from a perspective of, they're just looking to stabilize things, and obviously Smith has a presence being a longtime coach,
right?
So they're just hoping to change the culture there, and maybe I don't think so though, because I think he just hates the owner, and that's the whole thing. But maybe in the back of their mind, they're thinking Deshaun's cleared, maybe he'd come back, but I don't. I think that's kind of more of a long shot.
So is he done with the whole allegations?
No, but it's just one of those things, kind of like what I said, different situation, but just everyone's assuming that that'll all get taken care of this offseason.
Right.
But, a lot of time in between now and then, but obviously a situation to monitor because, there's a lot of teams
because
quarterbacks.
He was, before these allegations, is he better than Mahomes or is Mahomes better than him?
It's funny. They always used to play this clip on Colin Cowherd's show. He'd always say, Watson was Mahomes before Mahomes was Mahomes. And if you think about it, that's actually true because Watson played his rookie year. Mahomes only started one game at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And everybody was so, oh my God, Deshaun Watson's like, he's so good. And then he had that random torn ACL in practice after defeating the Patriots. So just, he was held at that high regard. And
then what? He was having he had a good season last year.
Oh, yeah.
They just sucked.
Well, yeah, they just sucked. And then obviously this really damages his reputation. But at the same time, he's younger. So I think if he does get that chance, he's going to make the most of it. And it's just the one thing that I kind of get, but I kind of don't, is with all this stuff out there, I'm pretty sure he has not said one thing.
No.
And it's like, but do you think that has any association with guilt, or it's like he's already had enough pushback, he doesn't want to say something and get even more pushback, and that's why he's staying silent?
It's hard to tell, dude.
Very, very tricky situation.
That came out of nowhere, and then we haven't talked about it since.
And then also we talked about it when it originally happened.
Yeah.
Is like he always seemed like a really good
stand-up dude,
a community guy.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and it's like, and it's just weird though that it happened after he
started talking junk about the owner and being like,
right.
Now.
And then remember we had that theory, like, did they purposely do that? But it wouldn't make sense though, because then they can't trade him, but then they're so tight. So
I think they just didn't want. It was like one of those things where you're like with someone, those relationships where like the person that's crazy just is like so crazy, and they don't want you to go.
Yeah.
So they'll do whatever.
Right.
Like, oh, whack your family. Oh. But we're together now. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, okay. Fuck you. I'm leaving. The cops are on their way.
Yeah. So, a lot of interesting. So,
so much that, dude, this offseason.
crazy, especially the quarterbacks. Because you think about Pittsburgh needs a new quarterback. Cousins could be on the move in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
What are the Giants going to do as far as competition? So what are the Bucks going to do? Is Wilson going to get traded? Is Rodgers going to get traded? If not, what are the Broncos going to do?
What's
what are the Saints going to do?
What are they going to do? Miami.
And it's funny, before Sean Payton retired, I thought Saints for Watson would have been perfect.
I know.
But now with Dennis Allen and stuff, I don't know if he'll go there. Pittsburgh.
Miami would be cool, though, for him. But Pittsburgh would obviously be.
Yeah, just because he has that running game, too, the defense. And
I know.
I think he would like playing from Coach Mike Tomlin, too.
Yeah.
So lots to keep an eye out for. And, of course, our Super Bowl this year for us is the NFL Draft, April 28th in Las Vegas. So that'll just be nice to see who is going to shape the future of our New York Jets. That's what we're looking forward to.
I know.
But other than that, we got an episode of Screen Time coming up. What do we got?
10:30. And then Mecha owners are coming in for A Dream is Free, the 50th episode at 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock. And what's being discussed on the Screen Time?
Oh, Screen Time. I don't know if you're going to like this one, but top Chris Rock movies.
Top Chris Rock. Okay. Rock.
I'll tell you my picks right now if you want to know.
All right. Let's hear it.
See what you think.
Sneak preview.
Yeah. Osmosis Jones.
Uh-huh.
Have you seen that? It was a cartoon when we were kids.
Heard of it. Probably saw
it. Was you know why I liked it? Because it had it's too mad funny. It has Bill Murray in it. But he gets mad sick in it. And then they basically, the movie's like about his body. And Chris Rock plays like a white blood cell.
Yeah.
And it's like cool to just, learn about the body as a kid in that way. My other one, hold on, I have him right here. I picked good ones, I thought. I figured it. Oh, Madagascar and The Longest Yard.
The Longest Yard. I
said that one.
I have to say, because The Longest Yard, way back, was actually, I considered it my favorite movie.
Wow.
I forgot he was in it.
Yeah. He was the best friend to Adam Sandler in prison.
Oh.
And he dies. Remember, he gets murked.
Okay.
And then they win the football game.
But then didn't they play basketball too? And
they were hooping in the courtyard.
Yeah, and then he got it wasn't him that roughed him up though on the court. Like we're literally like shoving into the pole.
He was on the Dallas Cowboys receiver. Michael Irvin.
Oh
yeah.
Right. Okay.
He shoves him.
Yep. But that actually was
movie.
an all-time classic, and that was Sandler. I feel.
Yeah.
No, it's Sandler, not with the goofy accent.
It was just normal acting. Yeah. He's good like that though. He could do that. That's I don't know. What's the other movie that Adam Sandler did with the Celtics with Kevin Garnett? Uncut Gems. Have you seen that?
I didn't, but that's one I actually wanted to see.
You'll like that.
Yeah.
Yes, he would, dude. It's about a gambling diamond dude. Who makes a bet with KG basically? Yeah, it's you'd like it.
But what would you guys say? Kind of just to wrap up here, percentage of movies Sandler has like the like versus just a regular voice.
85%.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, like, why sabotage yourself?
Well, actually, I don't know.
No, he's
Maybe less than that. Big Daddy didn't really have it.
No.
Click didn't really have it.
Click was good.
Murder Mystery.
Did you see Click?
I think I saw.
Dude, Click was.
Yes. Wow. Terrible.
Oh,
Jennifer Aniston, though, very good.
He was so good.
But he was just a little too goofy. I'm not a big.
Do you like him as a person though? Like,
yeah.
Okay, cool.
But you don't need to talk like that. I don't know.
I know.
I don't.
I mean, it's just his comedy. He's always been. That's just always been.
That's
him,
always been his thing. Yeah.
Got to make money. He's making money.
So everyone watch that 10:30 Screen Time.
Yes.
Anything else, Michael?
That is it, dude.
But what a show, what a life, and obviously we appreciate all of our fans tuning in. Keep commenting, liking, subscribing. Merch downtimetv.com. Our full archive on our YouTube page. Everyone enjoy their day, and we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we